So you're holding onto an older iPhone, maybe the 13 Pro here, and you're looking at the shiny new iPhone 17 Pro, thinking, is it finally time? Welcome back to the channel, guys. For those new here, I'm Tara, the mind behind Tech Titans. Today we're having a real honest conversation about upgrading in 2026. You know, when the iPhone 13 Pro was first released, it was a massive deal. It brought us ProMotion 120Hz for the first time, and it felt like Apple had finally perfected the modern smartphone. But after skipping the 16 Pro and using this iPhone 17 Pro in silver as my main daily driver for the last 6 months, yeah, things have changed a lot. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what's new, what's holding up surprisingly well on the 13 Pro, and whether you actually need to spend your money on an upgrade. Grab a coffee, let's get into it. Let's start with the design and the display first, because this is where you feel the difference immediately. My iPhone 13 Pro here is the graphite color. And just for full disclosure, everything I say about the 13 Pro today also applies to the 13 Pro Max. The only real difference is just the screen size and the battery. The 13 Pro uses stainless steel. It's a great material. It makes the phone feel shiny and premium, but man, it is a bit heavy and it's a total fingerprint magnet. Plus, it still has the old notch. Now, looking at the 17 Pro, Apple completely changed the game. They moved away from the titanium we saw on the 15 and 16 Pro and went with the new unibody aluminum design. I know a lot of people online were calling this a downgrade. Titanium sounds more premium, right? But practically speaking, this unibody aluminum is actually incredible for managing heat, and the more rounded design is just so comfortable to hold. Also, the camera bump is gone. We now have this sleek camera plateau. At first, I thought it looked a little weird, but honestly, I've fallen in love with it. When I look back at the old camera bumps now, they just look kind of old. I don't know if it's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now, I have to talk about scratchgate. You've probably seen the viral forum posts or videos from guys like JerryRig Everything showing the new anodized aluminum scratching easily, especially on the cosmic orange and deep blue colors. That's actually why I went with silver. Aluminum is a softer material than stainless steel or titanium, especially on those sharp plateau corners. But honestly, look at my unit after 6 months of heavy daily use. It's still in pristine condition. No scratches, no dents. I do use my tech woven case most of the time because it looks elegant and minimalist, but even when I go caseless, it's been perfectly fine sitting in my pocket. Display-wise, I'm a huge fan of compact phones. The 17 Pro bumped up to a 6.3-inch screen from the old 6.1-inch standard, but because the bezels are so incredibly thin now, the footprint isn't actually that much bigger. It feels great in the hand. Plus, the 17 Pro features the new Ceramic Shield 2 and an anti-reflective coating, which is just so nice to have when you're using it outdoors. And speaking of outdoors, Apple upgraded the iPhone 17 Pro to a massive 3000 nits max brightness, which is just insane. You literally never have to squint in the sun anymore. And yeah, for those of you coming from the 13 Pro, the ProMotion on the newer Pros also has this new always-on display, which the 13 Pro obviously doesn't have. It's one of those small quality of life upgrades that you really get used to. Alright, let's talk performance. My 13 Pro has been my backup phone since I upgraded to 15 Pro and now 17 Pro, and it is currently running the latest release of iOS 26. And I have to say, Apple did a crazy good job with iOS 26. They introduced this new liquid glass design language with all these heavy new animations. I thought it would tank a 4-year-old phone, but the 13 Pro handles it surprisingly great. Apps open quickly, swiping is smooth. It has 6 gigabytes of RAM, which is still decent for today's standards. It holds apps in the background much better than base models from that era. For Geekbench 6, the 13 Pro gave me a 2420 on single core, 5440 on multi-core, and a metal GPU score of 20806. In my daily use, jumping between emails, browsing, and just scrolling, it feels perfectly fine. You can still game on high settings, though yeah, it definitely gets warm during long sessions. But then you pick up the 17 Pro, and man, the jump here isn't just incremental, it's a massive leap. Just looking at those Geekbench scores, you can see the massive difference gap. My 17 Pro scored 3,925 for single core and 10,173 for multi-core. That is literally faster than the desktop class M2 chip in the iPad Pro. Metal score 46,350. But what do these numbers actually mean for everyday use? Well, they paired that insane A19 Pro chip with a massive 12 gigabytes of RAM. This is the first time Apple has put this much RAM in an iPhone, and it is literally double the 6 gigabytes inside the 13 Pro. It changes everything. I can leave dozens of heavy apps open my camera, shoot some video, go back to my apps hours later, and absolutely nothing has reloaded. And honestly, this 12 gigabytes of RAM is huge for future-proofing. You guys know Apple, they usually keep the same RAM amount for several generations. So this 12 gigabytes is likely going to be the standard all the way to the iPhone 20 or even beyond. But the real star of the show here, and what honestly changes the daily experience the most, is the vapor chamber. Apple finally put a vapor chamber in an iPhone for the first time. Combined with that unibody aluminum, the thermal management is a total game changer, and it actually works. Like, really works. I use LumaFusion heavily for my content creation, dragging around massive 4K files and rendering them out. On older iPhones, doing that heavy lifting, or even just playing a demanding game for 20 minutes, would make the phone uncomfortable to hold, and the screen would dim to save itself. But with the 17 Pro, I can edit heavy video files, run intense games, and push it to the limit, and the phone barely even gets warm. It just stays cool and consistent. It's easily one of the best quality of life upgrades they've made this year. Now, let's talk about the complaint with older iPhones. Battery life. Over the years, my 13 Pro's battery health dropped down to 70%, and I'll be honest, it really sucked. I was charging it 2 to 3 times a day, and the standby drain was awful. I actually ended up doing a DIY battery replacement using an aftermarket battery. As you can see, I have the non-genuine part message, but my health is back at 100%, and man, it feels like a brand new phone again. It easily lasts the whole day now. My recommendation? Always go through Apple for an official battery replacement if you can, just for the peace of mind. But replacing the battery completely revitalizes the 13 Pro. On the flip side, my 17 Pro, after 6 months and 154 charge cycles, is still sitting at 100% battery health. The efficiency of the A19 Pro chip is insane. I can easily go all day long doing heavy tasks, and I don't even think about carrying a charger with me anymore. Trust me guys, the 17 Pro battery is just insane. You really should try how it feels when you have absolutely zero worries about your phone battery all day long, even when you are outside and far away from a plug. It gives you so much peace of mind and just completely changes how you use your device. Camera-wise, the 13 Pro is still very capable for day-to-day stuff. It takes great photos, it has pro features, and the 1080p cinematic mode is still nice. But for my work as a creator, the 17 Pro is just in another league entirely. We get a massive triple 48 megapixel setup. The zoom is where it blows my mind. The 17 Pro has a 4x optical zoom. I know the 16 Pro had a 5x, which sounds like a downgrade, right? But the sensor on the 17 Pro is much larger. Because of that 48 megapixel sensor and the software tweaks, you get incredible optical quality at 0.5x, 1x, 2x, 4x, and even 8x, going all the way up to a 40x digital zoom. The gap in detail compared to the 13 Pro is huge. For video, we can now shoot 4K at 120 FPS, and again, shooting that outdoors under the shiny sun, the phone gets a little warm, but it doesn't overheat thanks to that new thermal design. Oh, and the front camera, it went viral for a reason. You can shoot ultra-wide landscape video without actually turning your phone sideways. It's so functional, I guarantee Android competitors are going to copy this trend. Plus, the new dual capture feature is just super fun for vlogging and showing your expression behind the camera. We also have to talk about Apple Intelligence. The 13 Pro unfortunately does not support it. Now, honestly, for me that's not a deal breaker just yet. Even on the 17 Pro, Apple Intelligence still feels like it's in a beta stage. I usually find myself defaulting to alternatives like Gemini or ChatGPT because they are just more powerful right now. But having a phone that supports Apple Intelligence is a huge plus for the future. Apple has that agreement with Google to integrate Gemini into their ecosystem, so Apple Intelligence is definitely going to get far, far better. Being on the 17 Pro means you are future-proofed for whatever AI features drop in the next few years. So what are the downsides or things you really need to consider? If you are buying a used 13 Pro today, the battery is your biggest enemy. You will need to factor in the cost of a replacement. Also the port. The 13 Pro still uses the Lightning port with USB 2.0 speeds. If you look at the standard iPhone 15, 16, or even the base 17, they have USB-C, but they are still stuck on those slow USB 2.0 speeds. For someone like me who transfers massive video files, having the super fast USB-C on the 17 Pro is an absolute lifesaver. So the final verdict. Is it time to upgrade? Look, the iPhone 13 Pro is a legendary device. It does almost everything a modern phone needs to do, and at its current price drop, it is an absolute steal for anyone wanting a Pro iPhone on a budget. But if you are holding a 13 Pro right now and wondering if the 17 Pro is worth the money, yes, absolutely. This isn't just an incremental update. The unibody design, the vapor chamber cooling, the insane jump to 12 GB of RAM, the 4K 120 FPS camera, and that battery life, it's a completely different experience. Apple is clearly setting the foundation with this unibody design and camera plateau for the iPhone 18, 19, and beyond, meaning the 17 Pro is incredibly future-proof. Plus, your 13 Pro still holds good resale value right now, since it's guaranteed to get iOS updates for at least another 2 years. I hope this helped clear things up for you guys. If you found this video helpful, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more real-world tech reviews. Let me know down in the comments. Are you holding on to your older iPhone, or are you pulling the trigger on the 17 Pro? Thanks for watching Tech Titans. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.